Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 BMW M3. This is paired to the 6-speed manual transmission, so we don't have the competition model, but it's finished off in black sapphire metallic, and it has an MSRP that is just shy of $78,000. So this is a very performance-oriented, but also a practical family-style sedan. Let's start off with what powers this. This has a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder twin-turbo engine. Like I said, paired to the 6-speed manual transmission. You can also opt for the 8-speed automatic. But this pumps out 473 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque, sent to the rear wheels, propelling this 3,900-pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. If you get the correct tire package, the top speed is upgraded to 172. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at right around 16 miles per gallon in the city and 23 out on the highway. So as we work our way to the exterior styling now, I know a big complaint is the size of the kidney grille, but on the M cars, I think it works very nicely, especially with the lines that extend their way with these contours in the hood. It blends it together a lot nicer in my opinion. There's a forward-facing camera, plenty of cutouts in this entire front end to provide a lot of cooling. So as you can tell, there's no vents or mesh in the middle, but there's some vents in the lower section, even on the corners there, to provide some better aerodynamics. This also has the LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals, and a few contoured lines in the lower section there just to tie in that aggressive design. As we work our way to the side, there's a staggered setup for the wheels, 19 by 9.5, 20 by 10.5. This has the M Sport brakes, of course, finished off in red with the multi-spoke design for these wheels. Very nice to see this model pretty much all blacked out. The M3 badge is just behind that with the body-colored side mirrors. Turn signal and camera system are also in them, and you can tell this is an M car because it has that floating design with the upper section of that mirror. This even has the full carbon fiber roof. All of the window trim is blacked out. There's even a nice contour in that lower side skirt. So it brings some of the aggression around to the side, but overall has a very nice sleek side appearance to it. And for the rear, very small body colored spoiler. This has a backup camera, all the parking sensors, some fins in that lower diffuser, and then the quad tip dual exhaust. If you check out the full detailed review, you will be able to hear sound clips for the exhaust. Now there's no remote start since this has the manual transmission, but we can move on to the cargo space. If you're looking for a practical and performance oriented sedan, this is very, very doable. Lots of space in the back, no storage underneath, but you can fold down the back seats by pulling on these tabs and fit in a lot more items. So if you have a family, you need that extra space, but you want to have something with a lot of performance. It's a perfect combo. Now you can also lock and unlock the back doors with the handles, so that is a lot more practical. And the door panel covered in leather, interior ambient lighting, Harman Kardon sound system, and some brushed aluminum accents. A little bit of storage in that lower section too. And this model has the calamari, I think that's how you say it, orange interior. This also has the BMW colors stitched on the seat belts there. So it's a beautiful interior. The front seats also have some Alcantara, which is nice. But at 5'10", plenty of space. All of the climate adjustments and some auxiliaries are right in the middle. One thing I will say, there's no armrest or cup holders in the middle. You can, though, fold down this middle seat. If you need a little bit more storage, you want to use this as an armrest. It is nice that you have the option to do that. And then very open feeling for your backseat passengers. So it's very roomy, like I said, practical sedan. And the front door panel is finished just like the rear. There's all the window adjustments, lock and unlock, memory seating adjustments. Side mirrors are power folding. You can also release the trunk too. A little bit more storage in that lower section. And then beautiful design for the front seats with the M3 badge. We have a combo of the leather and that suede. They are automatic, but they do have a manual adjustment for your leg support. And it is just as easy to enter these front seats, where we can move on to the steering wheel, covered in solid leather. Cruise control settings are on that left side. Volume tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands are on the right. This even has M1 and M2, so you can set this up and have it ready to go. Let's fire it up though. With my foot on the brake and the clutch, we can bring this to life. You can hear that exhaust on startup, which is very nice to hear for a performance vehicle like this. But for the gauge cluster, currently you can see miles per hour and fuel on the left side. Right side is tach, engine temperature, and what gear the vehicle is currently in. Now at the moment, miles per hour is over on that left side with your gear setting there. If I push on this button here, now we can scroll through all of this content. So you can pull up a lot more information, just depending on what you need to see. And it's nice to have. So it's not a ton of information, but it gives you all the usable info that you need to see, especially for a vehicle like this. It is nice to be able to scroll through all of that. You can also push this button on the top of the turn signal stalk, and that allows you to go through some of the fuel settings and icons just by using that. Now you can also change the gauge cluster by pushing on M mode. If you go into sport, you will see that change where now you have your gear setting right in the middle, and then tach is very large on that right side, and how the vehicle is currently set up is on that left side. So just depending on how you're driving for the day, it is nice to see that configuration. Now on the left side, all the headlight adjustments, dimmer switches, and then a little bit of storage to place some items. And as we look at the infotainment system now, there's a lot that you can go through. So on the home screen, there's navigation, the driving modes, a little bit of what you saw in the gauge cluster, but also some additional information. You can even add some widgets too. So just depending on what you'd like to see, you can configure this layout exactly how you would like it. On this left side, you can get into all of these apps for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your interior lighting, climate adjustments. You can even get into your M1 and your M2. So this is how you can configure those settings, where you have shortcuts basically to how you'd like to drive. So you can have M1 in Sport and Sport Plus. You can have M2 in Comfort and more of the relaxed setting, have the exhaust off, just depending on how you are planning to drive for the day. There's also shortcuts into the music along with phone, and then pulling out that navigation in full screen. Now what I love about this system too is in the lower section, these are all the climate adjustments. So there's no physical buttons. That's why it is fixed in the lower section. So you can quickly get to your heated seats, your fan speed, and where you would like the air to go. Temperature dials are always shown on both sides. So it's a very easy and user-friendly system to go through. Underneath that, there's this cool gray trim piece that goes all the way to the passenger side, brushed aluminum, piano black trim accents too. Power and volume for the radio, tuning, and some defrosters are in that lower section. And then more of that gray trim works its way around the entire middle. This is an optional trim piece. The standard trim piece is gloss black. I think this is a really cool accent. There's also 2 cup holders, 2 auxiliaries, and a little bit of storage if you open up that tray, that cover there. And then if I push this all the way to the left and up, that is for reverse. So there's the backup camera along with the top-down view with a few pinpoints there. You can also go into the 360 camera. So especially being such a low vehicle, it really helps to be able to see exactly what's around this. So if you're near curbs or something like that, you have a little bit of extra visibility along with this top-down view, which shows you the direction of the wheels. So it gives you a very, very nice view. You can also pull up the forward-facing camera, so you have a full screen there, which is nice. There's the parking sensors along with the engine start-stop feature. There's setup, the M mode that I mentioned earlier, along with the exhaust note button. This has traction control with the e-brake too. And then if you don't want to use that as a touchscreen system, you have all these shortcuts to further go through all this information. So it is nice to have, so that way you don't have to reach. You can quickly go through it. Very easy to use it 2 different ways. Now in the center armrest, a little bit of storage with an auxiliary. And then the glove box also has plenty of space for all the information that you need to place there. From the driver's seat, plenty of visibility, so it is very open feeling. and you can of course see in all directions. Up top there's a call button and the dome lights as well. But let's go ahead and get this manual M3 out on the road. And with an acceleration from second gear, here we go. Very mild for that acceleration, and we are up to speed. Basically $80,000 for this M3. Such a good deal for this price range with the practicality, the ease of driving, and the performance that BMW gives you. They make extremely highly performance-oriented vehicles, and this M3 is no exception. You can have a lot of fun, especially being rear-wheel drive. You can definitely have some fun in this vehicle. You can opt for the X-Drive system in the Competition if you want that. So easy to row through these gears with everything in Sport Plus or Sport mode. It's definitely a big change. I can put it down into M1 now, which I have set up for efficient and comfort, and now basically it's a normal style sedan, aside from having the manual transmission, of course. But if you want to drive this just very relaxed, you have a lot of different settings to go through, which I love to see in this vehicle. So it just depends on what you're doing for the day. You can absolutely daily drive this M3. If this is your only vehicle, you're definitely not going to get bored with the drive modes that you can do, and especially shifting yourself. Such a fun sedan to go with. And we'll do one last acceleration. Turning radius is also very tight, so that's easy to do. But here we go. And again, very mild, but I've had a lot of experience in the M4 going to the mountains and things like that. So this would be very, very identical to that from my perspective, but I would really love to rip on this more and experience what this M3 is capable of. But I think that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Huge shout out again to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Check out their website. Also give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I'll see you all in the next video.